Assalamu alaikum, parents and students. Welcome to another week of distance learning. Please make sure when you log into MS Teams that you go to the correct channel. We'll be doing English today. And once you hit English, please make sure you go to our files. And we are on week 12. So let's go ahead and enter our week 12 folder. Inside this folder, you will find the attached online learning lesson plan, the PowerPoint, as well as the worksheet. Once you open the lesson plan, you will find the lesson overview, the success criteria, learning steps and assignments, as well as our resources for this week. So what is our learning intention? What is our goal today? Learners should be able to write an explanation paragraph about their STEAM project. Here is the success criteria for today. Number 1, I can identify the basic structure of a paragraph. Number 2, I can identify the features of an explanation paragraph. And number 3, I can write an explanation paragraph about my design for my STEAM project. All right, so let's review paragraph structure. What does paragraph structure mean? Well, it means how do I build a paragraph? Remember, a paragraph is just like a yummy burger. At the top of our burger, we have our topic sentence. Remember, topic sentence is the main idea of our paragraph. In the middle over here, we have our juicy details, right? In the middle is where we have all the yummy stuff. So supporting details is the information the reader needs to know in order to understand the topic. So everything in here, it's what makes our burger yummy. Over here is what our burger is all about. Here's our topic sentence, the main idea. And in here is all the information which supports our topic sentence. All right, and then when we reach the end is our closing sentence or our conclusion. This reminds the reader of the topic or it sums up our key points. All right, and usually our concluding sentence sounds a bit like our topic sentence. So let's look at an example together. This is just an example. This is not what your paragraph is going to be about. So here's an example which shows you paragraph structure. Let's look at the topic sentence. The topic sentence says, the weather has been especially fierce last week. So the main idea of my paragraph is about the weather being fierce last week. Now I need details. If I'm telling you the weather was fierce last week, I need to give you some details. Let's take a look together. A thunderstorm hit my area. Strong winds uprooted trees and heavy rains caused the river to overflow. We used sandbags to prevent water from getting into the house, and my dad covered the windows with boards to protect them from flying objects. All right, so these are all the details telling me how the weather was fierce last week. Then I need a closing sentence. So topic sentence, here are all my yummy details. Now my closing sentence says, it is important to be prepared for severe weather. All right, I'm reminding the reader about the topic and I'm giving them a little overview of my main points. All right, so now that we know how paragraph structure is, we need to figure out what is an explanation text. What is an explanatory paragraph? Well, it gives us information and facts. It tells us what something is. It can also tell us how things work, or it can tell us why things happen. Okay, so this is an explanation text. It gives us information and facts. For example, like what something is, how it works, or why something happens. So why do we write explanation texts? Well, we use explanation writing to help people who want to understand a process. The text, that means our writing, should answer any how, why, when, or where questions that the reader might have. Here's how we write an explanation paragraph. So first of all, we need a title. What are we writing about? Okay. Next, we need an introduction or a topic sentence. In your topic sentence, you might want to start it with, I want to explain why, or I want to explain how. And then you'll give us your topic, right? Our topic sentence is our main idea. Next is the main reason or idea. We're answering the question. Remember, we're starting our juicy details. We have 3 supporting sentences that we need to have in our paragraph. So here's our first one, then our second, then our third. These parts of the burger. All right, and then we have our facts. All right, and then we have our conclusion. In the concluding sentence, you might want to start it with, now you can see why, or now you can see how, and we can use the word because, and this is when we are writing an explanation paragraph. Now remember, whenever we're writing a paragraph, don't forget to put your ideas in order and use transition words. Here are some examples of transition words. For the beginning, we can say first, to begin, to start, first of all. We can use all of these in the beginning. In the middle, for our details, we can say second, after that, then, next. This is for the middle of our paragraph. And then at the end of our paragraph, we can say finally, last, or at the end. Also, don't forget to include words to give reasons. Remember, we are explaining something in our explanatory paragraph. Here are some words that can give reasons. Make sure you use something like because, so, as a result, if, and but. Let's go over a 5-star paragraph. What is a 5-star paragraph? Remember, when you're writing, I start my paragraph with an interesting and clear topic sentence. I use transition words like first, next, then, and finally. All of my sentences make sense and they stay focused on the topic. I check my words for correct spelling and I use present tense. I start my sentences with a capital letter and I have punctuation at the end of each sentence. Punctuation is like periods, exclamation points, or question marks. And my conclusion is effective and clear. So we need to make sure when we're writing a paragraph that we're writing a 5-star paragraph. All right, so here is your writing task for this week. This week, we are going to write a paragraph about how to construct a house that can survive severe weather. Now, you guys already made your houses, so now you're going to explain how do you do it? What materials do you need? How does your design work? What can you add to your design to protect it from weather hazards? So our topic is how to construct a house that can survive severe weather. We're going to explain how we did it. We're going to also explain what materials are needed, how the design works, and what else can be added to the design to protect our house from weather hazards. Teacher will go over this fill in the blank so that you can have an idea of how to write your paragraph. Remember, your topic is about a house that can survive severe weather. For example, my design is a house that can withstand severe weather. And then you can fill in these blanks with your teacher, or you can go ahead and pause the screen and fill in the different blanks for your paragraph about how you built a house that can survive severe weather. All right, and here is your rubric to figure out what a good one looks like. Remember, you need to make sure that you have a clear topic sentence. You need to make sure you have 3 details and reasons. You need to make sure your sentences are clear and related back to the topic. You need to also make sure your explanation is clear and it's about the information that you presented. Remember, we want to stay on topic. And your concluding sentence should also be related to the same topic you're writing about. And as always, make sure your punctuation, capitalization, and spelling are all correct. All right, so your teacher will also go over this sheet with you in class. It's just going to be writing a paragraph about how to construct a house that can survive severe weather. Like I told you before, you're going to explain how you do it, what materials you need, how the design works, and what can you add to your design to protect it from severe weather hazards. Please make sure you use the present tense, you add facts, you use transition words and words that give reasons. Make sure you have a topic sentence, supporting sentences, and a concluding sentences. And there is a word bank for you to use words to help you write your paragraph. All right, and at the end of the lesson, you can go ahead and draw your learning pit and share it with your teacher, and also self-assess. Ask yourself, where am I going? How am I doing? And where am I going next? As always, thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. For English this week, as a part of our STEAM project, we are going to be doing some explanatory writing, and it's going to be about our STEAM project. Before we begin, please make sure you watch the lesson tutorial. There's also an online game you can play after finishing up the lesson.